When I started, location was very paramount.
Okay.
So I'm in Canton, Georgia.
Canton.
Yeah, so northeast of Atlanta, actually. Right? Come up 75, then branch off on 575.
Yeah.
From a business perspective, it's somewhere I wanted to come just because of market saturation down in cities closer to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Marietta, Kennesaw, and the likes.
Yes.
So I was like, let me just go a little bit up north.
Okay.
There's no way you can't do business. But interestingly enough, well, whichever way you want to look at it, COVID came around. And it changed the dynamics.
The internet.
Within a day, right? So.
Manze, big up to Benachi, aliniambia ati kuna mse fulani ninajua na pengine haumjui. Takupeleka kwake. Kukama hapa. Kuta ni boy wangu bana.
Mimi hapa.
Big up to Benachi.
Oh yeah.
Jamaa wa nguvu sana.
Jamaa ni mtu anaweza help watu ku link up.
Nimekaa kumjua huyu jamani wa nguvu.
Yeah.
Sana.
That's nice.
Ajab Motors.
Ajab Motors.
Wow.
Ndio hapa. Devi.
Yaani hizo time zote sikuwa najua uliingia kwa biz.
Wow. Time imeenda speedy.
Imeenda mbio.
Pre-COVID, post-COVID.
Tulikuwa ma youth na wewe kitambo.
I know bana. But then bado
soka huko.
Soccer, ball and everything. Back then bado nilikuwa kwa literally what they call gurudumu la maisha, yeah. Nimeandikwa job. You know, 8 to 5.
Gurudumu la maisha.
Yeah, 8 to 5 and all that. But at some point nika make decision yani. Hati yangu waga kwa business. I'm an entrepreneur by nature.
Yeah.
So I was excited just to step out.
Yeah.
But nonetheless also fearful pia.
How difficult was it?
Oh, getting in business?
Yeah.
The initial onset, it's easy.
Okay.
Because when I started Ajab Motors, it's something that I loved. I love cars.
Yeah.
I love working on them. You know, as we speak, even with my kids, sometimes you're driving on the highway and they can name several cars.
Wow.
Oh, that's a Porsche. Oh, that's a Toyota, you know. So it's something that I love.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoy it. Now, making it a business decision was something else.
Yeah.
Because I had a good, you know, secure job.
Exactly.
Working in corporate America. So to make that decision of, you know, jumping and moving from one trade to something totally different.
It's different.
In a foreign land.
Yeah. That hits
wasn't
differently.
Easy. Yes. I was excited about the opportunity, but I was very fearful on the outcome, you know. And yeah.
How did your wife handle it?
Wow, that's a good question.
Yeah.
She was very supportive.
Okay.
Because she knew how much I loved cars.
Yeah.
And then in the corporate America world, you can get the paycheck.
Yeah.
You know, and most of us sometimes, you know, there are few people that love their jobs.
Yeah.
But some of us sometimes we get to a point where you're frustrated with the job, where you don't want to wake up and get out of bed and dress up to go to this job, you know? So it got to that point that my job didn't have a problem. My job was great, but I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't so excited about it and passionate about it.
I know if you're an entrepreneur by nature, you're never comfortable in a job.
Yep. And then I also kind of felt like my job controlled my time.
Exactly.
Because I would wake up at 6:30 in the morning, get ready, leave by 7:30. Then leave work at 5:30. By the time I get home, it's already 6:37. So my day is gone. Like my productive day.
Really, your life is seeping out.
Yeah.
For a corporate world.
I agree. So at some point, I had to make that choice.
Exactly.
Ilifika mahali nikasikia, I have to step out of the box. I have to get out of this, you know, a wheel that's turning on all day, every day. So
at that moment when you decided, was it a moment, what really pushed you that moment you said, enough is enough, I have to jump in? Because I know you said, fearfully at some point.
Yes.
But there's that moment you're like, nah, this has to happen.
So, years before I quit my job or resigned from my job, it was almost like a year and a half or two when I first got my firstborn daughter, Susie. And at that time I just almost in my last semester in my engineering school.
Okay.
And I had a full-time job and I was juggling both.
Wow.
So almost feels like my first year with my daughter, I never had that connection and
connection.
time. Then graduating college and then now going full-time, you know, at a corporate world for the next couple of years was something else too, right? Waking up in the morning, like I mentioned, I'm at the door, and then by the time I get back in the evening, it's like my typical day, Monday through Friday. Yeah, it was everything focused to the job.
To the job.
Everything focused.
Your
to
life
the job.
is
from the time I wake up, I brush my teeth, I wash my face. Yeah, I can't think, oh, today, you know what? My child has a teacher-parents meeting. I'll drop in by. You know, like I wasn't in control of my day.
Yeah, totally not in control.
Yes, and now having my daughter with me, and then God was fortunate to bless us with my son a couple of years later. By the time I quit, you know, I had key aspects that I had to choose. One was faith. I love missions. I love, you know, doing local missions here in Canton, Georgia, and I love doing international missions. You know, just serving and being a man of faith to the humanity aspect.
I got you.
Then the next thing was family. I had to make time for my kids. You know, that I can pick them up from school. We can play basketball in the driveway, and then I'll come back to my business.
So these things had to be priority.
These things were main priority. And then the last one, I call them my 3 Fs, right? Faith, then family, then finances. So I was so focused on the finances. Finances was up here. It was on the top of the pyramid. And in my way and in my judgment, as much as I was getting a lot of money, I was not happy. I was not excited. I was not passionate about life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ajab. How did you come up with the name?
That's a very interesting name. And I get that a lot, especially from American customers or clients.
Yes.
So the first thing is, I always look at myself and I say, me even being in America is an act of miracle. And Ajab is just a short form of Ajabu, right? But if you know, Waswahili hata wasemagi Ajabu, hiyo ni Ajab sana. Right? So that's where it was coined. Even my name on Facebook is Davy Ajab. I look at my life as a series of miracles, right? Because what did I do, God, for him to favor me to be here? I didn't pay him. I didn't bribe him.
You did nothing.
I didn't do nothing special. So off of his favor, it was just Ajab. It was just miraculous that I'm in America today. I have a business today that's thriving. I have a family that's thriving, you know. It's all in God's favors. Sometimes I want to sit back as a man and think I have control of everything. But I really don't.
You know, David, I've known you for a long time. And one thing I can really openly say is you're a man who is full of gratitude.
And I appreciate that.
You're full of gratitude, and anyone can see it with the joy that you carry. And also, you're very articulate in what you stand for.
Thank you.
Yeah. And tell me, in this auto business, you have 3 businesses, main businesses. Maybe you have more, but majorly 3 businesses. In this motor businesses and actually the trading men, the screens. My goodness, guys, if you see the screens here, they're confusing me. I don't know. Ooh, my goodness.
Trading is another business for another day.
And also the mattress business. How do you balance that, especially when there is so much pressure in one of the businesses?
I agree.
With the competition, with pressure, family pressure. You know, sometimes it's a government, sometimes it's a customer. How do you balance this pressure and still stay joyful and full of gratitude?
Amen. Well, there's several ways you can balance the pressure. One of them, first of all, is trusting God. And, you know, secondly, from there, I always try to keep the main thing. Right? They say on average, millionaire has 7 businesses, 7 different businesses. An average millionaire
has 7 businesses.
It's not hard, but it's tough breaking through with just one business to that millionaire 7 income figure status. Right? So I believe in trying something, whether it fails or not. Right?
Yes.
Not counting yourself off before you try. So Ajab Motors was my passion. It's something that I jumped in.
Yeah.
But in my corporate world, I was also in finances, and I was also in accounting a little bit.
Okay.
And a lot of project management setups. So trading was not something hard. Investment was not something hard.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, indeed.
It just took me a while, because it's taken me over 2 years, going on 3 right now, just learning the ins and outs, the nuances, the technicals, the fundamentals. But that's a whole side that I have time, because when you're selling cars, it's not like you have to be out there with a placard trying to get customers to come in, right? You just get your cars ready, you post them, and now with post-COVID, everything is online, literally.
Online.
Yeah. You can actually be a car dealer without a physical lot.
Wow.
Yeah, just depending with your state and regulations.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So, gone are the days when you had to have a corner lot at an intersection with a big sign and a big flyer.
And you had to have insurance for the area.
Yes. Now, your biggest goal is actually to have a major online social media platform.
Okay.
Facebook is huge on that endeavor, but you have your other websites and platforms, Carfax, Car Gurus and the likes. So how do I manage all of that? I actually had to change my thought process, change my psychology. I'm so traditional in doing things. And one of the ways I know is traditionally you get your car ready, you detail it, you put your prices and your information, then you put it out. But now bringing that business from the lot to the online side, creating a website, posting it on your website, on social media, on all these other car businesses platforms, that's the part that was hard for me. And I'm still getting better. And actually, before COVID, I actually had somebody that worked for me, and they were mainly focused on online social media. Okay. But when COVID came, things slowed down. I ended up taking that mantle for myself, because you're not, selling so many units.
You're not pushing out so much.
So you might as well cut back on your expenses. Yeah.
How is the car business right now, and how is it something that is you could advise someone to jump into right now, unless maybe you're seasoned?
Well, I'll say it's a good business. Let me start from there. It's a great business if you know how to leverage it, right? To begin with, it's tough right now just because of low supply on inventory. So what's happened is post-COVID, a lot of industries were affected. And one of the industries that was really hard hit was they call them the solenoids and the chip industry.
The chip.
Right. So those chips go on a lot of cars. Yeah. And new cars, on average, they come with almost 7 chips in terms of the computers. Yes. You got the lane assist computers. You got the motor and transmission computers. You got the sensors, backup and going forward. All these technology, they need their own small interface computers that connect to the main computer.
I see.
You see? Yeah. So traditionally, one car, the 2005 models and older, they just have one PCU, one computer with one chip. Yes. And that's it. Right?
And but now it's an advantage to have many, because you can replace one.
Well, you can say that, but without getting into the technicalities of replacement, just how much they're using up front.
It's a lot.
So what's happened is that you're not getting a lot of 2022 models, 2021 models, 2023 models, because with the shortage of chips, without that brain, without that computer, the car can't do anything.
We don't have the car.
Literally. So there's a lot of cars actually sitting on lots without computers yet. They're waiting for the computers to come in. But long story short, the lack of new cars coming into the market has substantially driven the used car market prices up. So for a car dealer, used car dealer like me, getting inventory is the hardest part. Because if you're buying expensive, then you have to end up selling it even more expensive.
More expensive.
And a lot of people, with everything going on, fuel and gas prices going up, inflation going up, food prices going up, people have to make these critical choices.
Yes, they have to really
make those choices. Do I buy an expensive car? Or do I have to buy food?
Exactly.
Right? Or do I have to pay my light bills and my other bills? So it's
I had to make a decision not long ago.
Oh, wow.
I blew up my engine, and all the cars that were over $5,000, and I wanted to buy cash, I was like, these cars are worth $3,000.
Yes.
In my head. But they're telling me, oh yeah, the prices went up. And I'm like, so I'm going to buy a $5,000 car and I know it was $3,000. And you know, I ended up a cheaper vehicle that I could afford.
Prices are up off the roof. And it's going to get a little bit worse just before it gets better. Because now with fuel prices going up, it drives everything up. So if car prices are already up, now with inflation and fuel prices going up, then you're looking at the amount going substantially up.
Tell me about trading.
A little bit about trading.
A little bit. We'll have an episode specifically for trading.
Trading is exciting.
Okay.
If you're a financial guy, numbers guy, but that notwithstanding, anybody can learn trading. You just have to be willing to put in the time behind it.
Yeah.
What I mean by this, not only time, and remember time is money, right?
Yes.
Not only just the time, but also the cost that it will cost you.
Okay.
So a lot of people look at trading as a get-rich scheme.
Quick.
You know, get in today, make money tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's also...
I thought so too.
Oh yeah, and it's been made absurdly bad because of the age of information. So everybody is a trader now, and there's a whole lot of YouTube videos about trading.
Yeah,
and you can easily pick up bad habits and bad trading methods and bad trading skills.
Okay,
you end up making bad trading decisions that cost you a lot of money.
A lot of money eventually.
But in trading, you know, losing money or getting money has to be looked as just a situation.
Exactly.
You can't look at it as just technically straight up profits or losses.
Yeah.
If you do that, you'll be easily quitting trading real easy.
All right.
Are you going to lose money in trading? Yes. But are you really good at trading when you're starting off? No. So just the same way you'd pay $100,000 to go through college or $60,000 to go through medical school or whatever, it's the same way there's a price to pay to learn the ins and outs of trading. But the more you're in it, the more you learn the fundamentals, then you learn the technicals. Yes, there's that learning curve, and it costs something.
It costs.
So if you're willing to bear both of them, time and the cost in terms of how much you might lose in the market.
Yes.
But you're learning. For every loss, you learn. Most human beings learn better through losses. So every loss, you pick up something, you gain something. Then you will get better.
Yeah, you know, I've been trying to buy a Bitcoin and selling it. I'm not a trader or someone into the buying of stocks so much. I've bought here and there just for fun. But one thing I've realized, especially with, and I'm sure trading is the same way, because Bitcoin is like a roller coaster. And I even stopped buying Bitcoins because I will check on it every minute, every hour, and then I'm like, wow, I'm losing a large part of my day having all this
anxiety issues, right?
I don't know, how do you ride it when it comes to trading?
So before you get to trading, you have to know yourself.
You have to put your money there.
There's a personality aspect to trading.
Yeah.
So the reason the price goes up and the reason the price goes down is not because it's just random. No, it's the human psychology.
God.
Right? If we say there is $1 billion that goes through the market, and it's more than that. I'm just using that as a number, right? And out of this $1 billion that's going in through the market in a day, we have, let's say, 1 million people trading. Are you thinking this 1 million people have the same psychology, same mindset? No. Somebody's buying when somebody's selling. And somebody's selling when somebody's buying. Now you have to understand. Trading is exactly like going to, if you've ever been to an auction.
Yes.
Right?
I've been.
All right. Whenever an auction runs, you're going to the highest bidder. But when you're going to the highest bidder as the buyer, there's somebody who is selling.
There's someone selling.
And that someone has already told the auctioneer, this is my price range. Once we get here, the reserve price has been met. So anything above here, you can sell.
You can sell.
Right? And usually the seller is in the crowd and the auctioneer can see them.
They can see.
Yeah. I'm a car dealer, so I go to car auctions. So it's something I see every day.
The seller is in the crowd.
Yes. So when you look at the market, it's a big auction.
Oh my goodness.
So what's happening is, based on your personality, you probably make a better day trader than more of a swing trader or an investor who is more long term. But also, that notwithstanding, the initial onset of it is, what's your point of entry? You don't want to buy in the middle.
You don't want to buy in the middle.
You don't want to buy high.
Yeah.
Because whenever it gets to the high point, the market comes down. The sellers sell because, hey, it's gotten to a price I want. Let me sell it.
Wow.
Once they start selling, the Bitcoin share goes down.
You know, let's not give them all those gems right now. We'll do a specific trading session together.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that one very soon. Maybe in April. I'll be here in April.
No problem.
And let's jump quickly into your mattress business, and then we'll fall back into the motor business and tell people where you are and all that. But tell me about the mattress business.
So the mattress business is, interestingly enough, you want to look at a business when the products that you're selling, they have margin, right? Because both margin and volume counts to the revenue that you're getting in terms of profit, right?
Yes.
Now, you can have a retail store and you're selling sugar and spices and flour and all this stuff. But your margin is like $1 or $2.
Exactly.
Well, the more the inventory you have, sometimes the harder it is to manage the business. It needs a lot of work. And then adding that $3 to account to $3,000, you have to sell 1,000 worth of good stuff, right?
Yes.
But when you look at a car, right, you buy it at $3,000, you sell it at $2,000.
Exactly.
You might not sell it within the day or two, but your margin is at $2,000.
At $2,000,
correct,
which is good.
Yes. So the mattress business is almost the same, if not equally the same.
Oh, really?
Interestingly enough, yes. So a lot of companies have mattresses. They sell mattresses new.
Yeah.
But the customers sometimes, when they get the mattress, it's too soft, it's too firm, it's too hard, it's too there's various reasons as to why customers are like, I don't want it. And most mattress companies, they give the 90-day warranty. So once they return the mattress, that's where we come in.
You take them.
So we resell them, right? We take them and resell them.
At a lower
we get
price.
it at a lower price, right? And then we sell them with a substantial margin on it.
Wow.
So it's a very interesting business, and there's so many opportunities. Mattresses is just one. There are several other opportunities, but for now, I'm in the used car dealer business and the mattress business.
And you know, one thing I admire about you, Dave, is you went outside the box, and actually, I think you threw the box away.
You don't want to get back in it.
Because I'm like, wow, you're totally in a different field from the stereotypical businesses we jump into. Most of the time, as foreigners, it's either trucking or we're in the nursing field. If it's a business, it's related to those things. But for you, you really went outside that circle.
Well,
and I'm like, that's really creative, you know?
I can definitely see that.
Yeah. How did you come up with those ideas? Mattress. I'll sell mattress.
That's a good question.
I can't even think about that.
So information is power, right?
Yeah.
And we're in the age of information.
Yeah.
Now, as an immigrant community, Kenyan immigrants in this case, a lot of times we have that communal places that we meet, whether it's church, whether it's functions and gatherings.
Yes.
And that's where we have these conversations. Oh, I mean, trucking is going good, and then you get that information.
Exactly.
And you end up gravitating towards that side of business. Nothing wrong with that. As long as it's making you an income. It's good. And you also have to know there's power in masses and people joining together. So it's easy to see people going to the healthcare industry easy as a community, or in the trucking business easy as a community. But there are several other businesses out there, right?
Because right now, if you told me to do a business tomorrow, I'll either buy a truck or I'll try to partner with a nurse, if you ask me. But you see, I can't think of, unless what I'm doing right now, just you getting into that level of breaking into a whole different field. That's really awesome.
And I appreciate that. And that's why actually, to me, I agreed to do this interview. How can I help somebody out there that's in corporate America or is employed and they're thinking, okay, how can I get back into business?
Exactly.
Because most Kenyans, when they're back home, they're very entrepreneurial.
Very.
Considering that in Kenya there is like almost, I don't know, 65 or 70% unemployment.
Yeah.
So it's almost like by default, nature forces you to just be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Because there's no
true.
jobs hiring.
Yeah.
And then you're coupled with information of, the engineers, you know, tamaking on the roads.
Yes.
They're nurses and doctors or whatever. So all this information almost puts you in that mindset, because if an engineer is not getting a job and I haven't done engineering, what success option do I have?
Yeah.
So you're like, you know what? I might as well get into business.
Exactly.
Now, when we come here in America, the opportunities are so many from an employment standpoint.
Very true.
Right? America's unemployment is at what, 2-3%?
Yes.
So all of a sudden, everybody's employed.
Everyone.
So you get comfortable.
You get addicted.
You get
to
a steady,
check.
yes, you get a steady income, right? A weekly paycheck or bi-weekly, depending on the company.
And it's sweet, man.
You know, and it pays your bills. And it gives you an extra that you can go to Florida on vacation or fly back in Kenya. And you get stuck in that wheel, in that setup.
Yeah.
But beyond that, when we say America is the land of opportunity, there's no better place to set up businesses than the United States.
That's true. I can.
And it's from so many angles. From sales, in terms of revenue, from taxes, in terms of the benefits that comes with taxation with small businesses, from freedom in terms of time, and working on your own schedule and working on things, and then from creativity, which is the big plus, and innovation. Because now you have more time to sit back and learn a new trade, learn a new business. So going back to your question, how did I get into car business? Yes, passion. And then also, I knew for a fact, if I start a business from a car business standpoint, I could get at least my initial market, right? In terms of my Kenyan community. Always gravitate towards that aspect. If I start a business, can I get my country people to it? But your business shouldn't be just set for them, right? You're in America, so this is a very diverse market portfolio. So how can I leverage my Kenyan community, and then how can I grow my business even to the international community?
True.
So know your audience in terms of know your market, right? And then knowing your customers, know what kind of products they want, and then work towards that, right? If it's the Corollas, the Camrys, the Civics, the CRVs,
you know your market.
Know your market, and then know what products you're getting and how it impacts your market. And interestingly enough, actually, the immigrant community is very close in terms of the likes and dislikes. Sort of
very
like
close.
Taste and distance. So with the Kenyan community, there's also a gravitation with the Hispanic community. The kind of car models they like, they're also interlinked a little bit with the Hispanic community. Now, in the mattress business, again, information is power. I actually was on Facebook on a group that's called it's called Financial FI. Choose FI. It's a Facebook group. I would highly recommend anybody if you can join it. Choose FI. And they have even local charters like Atlanta Choose FI or Denver Choose FI.
Do you qualify to join it?
No, anybody can add, right? And you have all these people that others are in corporate America, others are in businesses. It's just a whole bunch of people gathered with the goal of financial freedom, right? And that's where the FI comes in. It's financial, it's FIRE, financial freedom, financial independence. I saw some lady on there talking about how they were doing a mattress business. They were actually employed. They had a full-time job. But they were raking in at least $30,000 of passive income.
What?
Yes, $30,000 a year, passive income.
That was neat.
I was like, okay, I gotta find out about this. I messaged them. We chatted back and forth. I got information off of her. And she told me the loops and handles that I need to do, get everything set up. I got accredited, I applied for it, and then there, boom. So it's something that you see something that you can get into. And then you realize, how can I make this work?
Don't lose that moment.
No.
Grab it.
And then also look at your factors, because with mattresses, they require space. So some of these people, they run their businesses off of like garages or they run them off of storage. They get the storage places. But I had a business building that I'm already doing my car dealership. So I had a place to put the mattresses. I had all these setups. So it's something that was almost symbiotic. It just came in and linked together. Yeah.
I see. So, first of all, guys, this episode is brought to you, first of all, by Ajab Motors. We'll talk about the location. That's the next question. And also, someone is also paying some of my bills, and that is Brands of Africa. Brands of Africa is a store, by the way.
Oh, wow.
This Kenyan couple, Sophie and Kioko, in North Carolina, they have come up with, I'm calling it a franchise, because they have 3 stores, 2 in North Carolina, 1 here in Augusta. Sells African products.
Okay.
Clothes, oils,
all right,
decoration, art, everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they are really, really excellent in their way.
Okay.
And now they are opening another location in DC, and it's in the malls.
Oh, nice.
It's unbelievable.
That's
man.
powerful.
It's powerful.
That's the networking.
Yeah. And,
and support too.
They're paying some of my bills to be here
great.
today.
Yeah.
But so check out the stores. You know, if you're in GA in Augusta, check out Brands of Africa in your mall right there.
All right.
Yeah. And so let's get back to you.
Okay.
Ajab Motors, because today it's all about that.
Yes.
Your location, where are we right now? And how does your location affect your business?
Great. When I started, location was very paramount.
Okay.
So I'm in Canton, Georgia.
Canton.
Yeah, so northeast of Atlanta, actually.
Okay.
Right? Come up 75, then branch off on 575.
Yeah.
From a business perspective, it's somewhere I wanted to come just because of market saturation down in cities closer to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Marietta, Kennesaw, and the likes.
Yes.
So I was like, let me just go a little bit up north.
Okay.
There's no way you can't do business. But interestingly enough, well, whichever way you want to look at it, COVID came around. And it changed the dynamics.
The internet.
Within a day, right? So all of a sudden, it didn't matter my location where
Someone
it was.
can come from another town to come pick up a car. Okay.
I'll tell you actually an interesting story.
Yeah.
There's a lady and a husband that have a car business, a used car business. It's called Ajab Motors up in Jasper. That's very north of us.
Oh, okay.
Like up in the mountains.
Oh, right.
Really? It's up in the Appalachian actually.
Oh, my goodness.
And they've had a customer come all the way from Alaska. And buy a vehicle and get it shipped.
Wow.
Yes, that's the power of internet, my brother. That's the power of internet.
That's real.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's any limitation, geographical limitation on where you can buy cars. I've bought cars from California, had them shipped over here. I bought cars from Maryland. So there's no limitation in terms of where you can get your inventory. And there's no limitation in terms of where your customer profile would come from. As long as you have everything online, you're good to go.
You know, I consider you my age mate, and a lot of us guys, a lot of us, actually, a lot of my age mates are out there, actually, some of them working jobs that they don't really love because they don't want to make that move, or they're afraid, or maybe they have kids. Some of them have family issues. Some of them are divorced. Some of them are, in trouble with the government. And you meet a lot of men who are in their 30s, going to 40s, in some kind of a desperate situation. And it's a lot of them, I can tell you, because I meet them every day. And this is because you're in the missions and you talk to people a lot. How can you encourage this young man to rise from what I can call the ashes? And they've been here maybe for so long, and they're like, man, I've done this job for 15 years. And even if they have a good family, they're not comfortable, they're not happy, they want to jump. What can you tell them, Dave?
Wow, that's a very powerful question.
Yeah.
To begin with, I'll say somebody, I don't know who, I can't quote them directly, but say that men are an endangered species. the things that we grew up in from a cultural standpoint, you'd see men doing and you'd never understand, right?
You'll never
whether
understand.
It's drinking alcohol or drugs, and these are family, man.
I know.
But now, with the new age that we are in of information, we've come to know there's stress, there's depression, and these things are real. There's mental illnesses, and a lot of people, young people, sometimes, especially like you said, people in their mid-20s, 30s, and actually in their 40s, they're going through a lot of things.
True.
Juggling financial aspects, right?
Yeah.
Providing for the family. And then also trying to find themselves, right?
Confusion.
Yeah, trying to find themselves.
Yes.
What do they love? What do they enjoy doing? What are they passionate about? And something that you'll notice is a lot of men lose themselves in the struggle of life to try and just provide for their family, right? They go to work every day diligently, early in the morning, and then come back home late at night. They miss key aspects of their kids and their children's lives, which translates to them sometimes being labeled as not loving and not caring enough, right? But they're putting a meal on the table, they're paying the bills, they're doing, what by nature, based on our culture, we were taught to do, be the provider, no matter the cost, no matter what, cost, right? Now, in America, you will see something that happens a lot more often here than back home, is alienation. When you're going through all this, when you're going through all these struggles in life, you're by yourself. You probably don't have a close friend you can reach out. Back home in Kenya, is like when you got off work, and got off the matatu, hapo kwa stage or hapo, there's
you can hang there for 2 hours.
There was like a base camp or somewhere where people would meet, you'd say hi, you talk to people just before you get home to see your wife and your children, right? That played a role.
It did.
It played a big role.
I'm just realizing that.
All right, yes, it did. Even at work, there's where you would find ways to distress, right? Whether it's going to hang out in town at a local restaurant with your workmates. And there was so much of community integration from a cultural standpoint.
That was important. Because I usually used to see it as a negative thing, men going drinking and forgetting their women in the house. But most of them used to go home and take care of their family.
They would. And it was a way of probably having an outlet. Right? Might not have been the best way, but it was a way outlet that they would have an outlet.
Better than what we may have here.
And a lot of these things, they come way back in the old age traditions. People just think, oh, men were they started drinking the other day when they started being in employment and business. But when you go back, when you had the Kikuyu tribes and the Luya tribes and all, the men in the evening, they would gather together and just have, their local brew, right? And some of them, they'll have those little, wires and just sip from it. Well, looking at it back, you can see probably how with the new age, with the incoming money, revenue, people have more purchasing power. So versus traditional, so you drink more because you have more money, right? And more stress, you drink even more to just try to drown it up. But here in the States, we don't have that community day to day. I'm not talking about that Sunday meet at church kind of setup. I mean, and I'm not talking just on the phone kind of calls. No, I mean like we meet like we are right now, right? Right now, hang up, cut up, joke. Joke. Because there's conversations that men have that you can't even have with your wives. Exactly. Right. Exactly. And that has been really lacking, where we are just tied down and bogged down just by our career stuff. And that's the tough part. So until we are able to reach one man at a time. And then another thing that men struggle, especially African men, is opening up. Right? Very true. I was at a men's conference not too long ago, and Dr. Burale was the main speaker, and he talked about the power of vulnerability. Men are not vulnerable; they don't open to each other. We don't share. We don't share financial struggles. No, we don't share family struggles. No. We don't share anything. But if your wife is going through something, it's like their best girlfriend. Exactly. Hey, I'm going through this. He did this. He did that. So men have to know, because it's easy for men to know how to reach out to other men. So we have to know how to press those buttons and have those conversations. And it's usually not in the first onset of meeting somebody, right? It's slowly but surely you're able to, because you can tell when somebody's stressed. You can tell when they're in sort of a semi or a full state of depression.
Exactly.
How do you reach them? How do you get to them?
Wow.
Figure that out slowly but surely. You know, invite them. Let's go to a wing night.
Yes.
All you can eat.
Let's do that.
You know?
Yeah.
All you can eat. Let's go do that.
Yeah.
You know?
And just talk and have fun.
It creates an opening. It creates a platform.
Yeah.
Because that's what you want. You want to take them out of their normal environment that's really driving them stressed in that way and bring them to a whole different setup.
Yeah.
And then have that personal peer-to-peer conversation.
Yeah.
You know? Also, just having that faith that when they open up to you, it's going to be a you and him conversation. Men, usually when the information gets out, that's it. They lock down completely.
Yeah.
So you want to get to them on a personal level, and then be able to be that confident.
Yeah.
That they can confide in you.
Yes. And commit.
And it's going to stay as such.
Exactly.
So I think women can be our greatest help to other men.
To other men.
Yes. Men have
we
to
know
stand in the
exactly
gap.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And you'll see, even wives are crying. They'll call other men and say, can you talk to my husband?
Yeah,
can you
talk to my husband.
Yeah, I've noticed this, I've noticed that, you know. And also women are great support to men, you know. Sometimes in the slightest of things, ironing that shirt or doing something like that. Not that that's what they're limited to, but that's one way they can support.
They can support.
Yeah. And then let the guy come around. They'll open up one way or another.
Exactly.
For the young people, I'll probably say one of the biggest issues that leads young people to some stressful situations sometimes, it's just the company, you know.
Just the company.
Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. If you're able to get really solid friends, you know, you're able to get those solid relationships, right? That don't lead you that path of they're people that you hang out with, but it's only from clubbing or drinking or partying.
Yeah.
But when you sit down and really look at value, you know, this interview here is going to be impactful from a value standpoint to somebody out there.
True.
But there's somebody out there that you hang out with.
Yeah.
When you sit and look at the value that they impart in you, it's like, other than drinking and hanging out and talking crazy and all that, there's really nothing substantial.
Nothing substantial.
So you got to know when to cut loose and kind of move on.
Yeah.
And somebody also said, if I want to know your value, you being a millionaire, just show me who you hang around.
Yeah, show me.
Because you're the sum total
of
all the people, especially your 5 closest people that you work around.
Sum total of it.
Yeah. If they're millionaires,
it's
over time,
it's a proven fact.
Your average will go to that millionaire.
True,
you might be the I don't want to use the word poorest.
Yeah.
But you might be the one that's not, you know, having the biggest earnings or revenue or income or whatever.
But being down there, actually, it's your advantage.
Yes. Yeah. But over time, being in that circle of millionaires that influence you, they'll mentor you to a point where...
Rather than being the smartest and the richest in the room, who is going to lift you up?
Yes. That's right.
So, let's finish up. And we'll finish up with one question, and then you'll tell us how to find you online.
Okay.
And this last question is, what are your toughest moments as a man, a black man with a wife and kids, a black man in business, a black man who is trying to also maintain his faith?
Yeah. Wow.
What's your toughest?
That's a powerful question.
Yeah.
That's the vulnerability part.
Oh, yes.
I'm a firm believer your toughest moment are your greatest strength.
Okay. Oh, that's powerful.
When COVID hit, it shut down everything.
Yes, it did.
And as a business entrepreneur, selling cars,
you go down.
2020, March of 2020, there's nothing you're selling. It's like, boom.
Nothing, yeah.
Right? And then I've never been the one raised to rely on the government. But you're here applying for those unemployment and all those stuff. And it's like, I don't even have faith if those checks are coming. And then once they start coming, how long they're going to come.
Yeah.
Because on this other end, when are my customers going to come back? When am I going to get back into selling
And
cars?
you have kids?
Oh, yeah. I got 4 kids.
Oh, my God.
So you're here in that mindset of, how am I going to make it through this? So it's that part when you realize that when they say, but God.
But
right? Yeah. I'm a man of faith. Yeah. So I'll always talk about God in every setup I'm in. But God, you know, that if you want to be really even close in faith and a relationship strong with God, have a business.
Have a business.
Oh, a business.
Oh, yeah. You tell me. I pray a lot because of my business.
You pray for your business.
Yeah.
And not only for your business from the incorporated structure and the products that you have or services that you render, but also praying for the customers to come. You call them forth.
You're so right.
God, I want you to bring these customers from the east, west, north, and south.
I was praying for a lady to get a visa so that she can come here, and she had a wedding happening.
There you go.
I was like, God, give her that visa. Amen. Because I need to do that wedding video.
Yeah, you know,
that's my money.
It's part of your business.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to call it forth, right?
Yes.
So faith really got me through that time. You know, where you wake up in the morning. And I think in Georgia, we almost had a whole month shut down because of COVID and everything. So they were deeming some business as essential and some of them as non-essential. So car dealership that had mechanic jobs, they were deemed as essential businesses.
Okay.
But car dealership, like my business, I don't have a mechanic shop. We were non-essential.
Shut down.
Yes, for a whole month and a half. And then they added us back in as essential. So that's why when I was able to open up.
Okay.
So I actually used to leave the house and come here, but I wouldn't open the open sign. I wouldn't open anything. Yeah, and that's when I actually truly got into trading.
Wow, yeah.
Because you have to realize there's, so right now with Russia invading Ukraine and stuff, there's chaos, right? But there's so many millionaires that are going to be made out of this.
Exactly.
Think about COVID. There's a lot of people that became millionaires, and there's tons of millionaires that became billionaires.
Very true.
Out of chaos.
Out of chaos.
There's always somebody leveraging. There's opportunity out of it. When everybody's scrambling, there's somebody actually literally going the opposite direction. When you're scrambling running this way, there's somebody going that way. And you're like, chaos is on that side. But you don't know. You don't know. Whatever the chaos is on that side, they'll go and probably open a milk shop.
So always have that open mind.
Yeah.
And that's how you ended up being active on trading.
And just thinking randomly from a thought that I've had.
Yeah.
Think about when you have these wild forest fires, right? In California, in Colorado, and all these places. When everybody's moving out, what if you're that guy that's actually driving back in with cases of water?
Yeah.
You see? So when there's chaos, somebody else can leverage that chaos.
Yeah.
Whether it's selling the water or just handing out water with a business card attached to it, right? I got my business card with the business card attached to it.
Yeah.
Wow. When that fire goes out, somebody's going to remember.
Someone is going to remember.
So your opportunity might not have been made from a dollar standpoint but down the road, it's like,
it's everything.
Ajab Motors really was here helping us and supporting us through all this. And this goes, fire, hurricanes, tornadoes, whatever.
That's awesome.
You just have to figure out what is it, where's your heart in terms of your condition of your heart. Because business also, you have to be true to being the golden rule person, knowing you're doing unto others as you'd like somebody to do unto you.
Exactly. Wow.
I know.
Dave, if we stay here, we'll stay another hour. And
we'll talk all day.
You have a lot to do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And please tell us how we get to find you if we want a car.
All right.
If you want a car, how do you find it?
All right. There's several ways to kind of get hold of me. First of all is on Facebook. I'm very huge on Facebook. There's Ajab Motors. There's a whole Facebook page for it. And also Davey Ajab Chelsea. You can follow me on that, or you can hit me or message me on Facebook. Then off of that, I got a website, www.ajabmotors.com, and also ajabmotors@gmail.com. You can also reach me on that platform. And beyond that, probably my personal profile on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, they're all Davey Fro. If you check Davey Ajab or Davey Fro, I should be on that list. And over and beyond, bring your business. We'll help service you whichever way we can and get you the products that you need. Thank you so much.
Wow. That was awesome.
Thank you.
David, thank you, man.
Man, I appreciate it.
I really appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping
by.
That
was
brother.
A good one.
And keep doing what you're doing. Bringing a lot of Kenyan entrepreneurs into the light, into the platform. There's a lot of people doing great stuff behind the scene, but there's very little information and exposure out there. So sometimes our Kenyan customers might go to some other business ventures, but they can always come to Kenyan businesses when they have the information.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's my happiness.
Awesome.
That's why I'm in Atlanta this week, Georgia.
Awesome, great.
Just to do
and there's
this.
Tons of businesses here in Georgia.
Tons.
Yes.
I just need to find them. You guys will help me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it was great.
Thank you.
Say hi to your family.
I will.
Yeah.
And you do the same for me.
I'm really happy that I got to meet you today, and I'm happy that I'm here.
I appreciate it too, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.